So, as it turns out, what? Are you gonna say it? Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm just gonna double check YouTube. I just woke up, guys. I'm so tired. And it's loading. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Cube. Hi, Ness. Oh, Zep, you're here too. Hi, Nimby. Oh, that's fine. I'll just have two chats up again. Yeah, we're here. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello, hello. Oh, the thing that I was doing today got cancelled. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I hope that nothing's gone, you know, it's not messing up with your plans too much. Hi Mookie, hi Riza. Hi June, smooth operator Ray. Welcome in. King Jeff, hello. EP, I actually just woke up. My sinuses are still clogged. But it is what it is. My fault for sleeping late last night again. I was working on commissions last night and then I didn't look at the time. It's the usual. But it's everything is turning out well. I think I'm liking the commission that I'm working on so far. I thought head voice work. Yeah, that's that's what's happening right now. Oh, have a good lurk, pizza man. But yeah, it is the weekend, huh? I messed up. I messed up so bad because I realized I had plans next week for the thing I've been talking about this in for the past week was like my projects, right? And the collab that I was doing with a cafe. So apparently that's on the same day as another important personal event that I have, and I'm like, oh shoot. I completely forgot about it. So things are going a little how do I say it? Chaotic? But I'll figure it out. It's so cold. I have the windows open because the moment I entered this room, the room smelled like um cat litter or cat shit, if that's a better way to describe it, because one of my cats took a huge dump sometime this morning, and it also smells like cat food because their cat food is here as well. So yeah, like a huge dookie. So I had to open up the windows, but I don't know why it's still freezing. Going to choose or going to attend both? I'm going to split myself up into two bodies. Thank you for the 11 months, Wasa. I need to double check something too. Are my redeems working? Oh, they are. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, congrats on getting first clock. Yay! The joy of living with cats. Hi, Azu. Yeah. It's still so cold even though it's almost summer. It's not summer until June. Here's how I remember it, because my birthday's on June 17. It means that my birthday is still in the spring. Like I have to tell myself my birthday's in the spring, which means that summer is a few days later. I'm gonna put on a jacket or a sweater. Oh my goodness. I'm in shorts right now. Shorts and a t-shirt. I'm still in my PJs. Wake up to the smell of doo-doo each morning. Kinda. But at least it's not in the bedroom. Not in the bedroom. It's in a different room, but it's in my work room. Shorts in the cold. You know, there's like so many kids running out in the winter with like shorts and t-shirts, and I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it. June 17th is your birthday? Yeah, it is. It is. Hi, Ube. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Comfy weekend. Yeah. Staying in the PJs for as long as possible is awesome. It is. Though it doesn't, it feels good, but it also doesn't feel good at the same time because it doesn't feel like you've woken up. Without the morning routine, without, getting up and doing morning chores and brushing your teeth, washing your face, showering, whatever it is, changing, right? It feels like a little bit unsatisfactory. Like you've done nothing this entire morning. I always wear PJs so it never feels awkward. There's always a running joke at my old workplace where everybody changes their shirt for meetings and stuff, but they keep their PJ pants. And I remember one Zoom call that we had where everybody just showed off their PJ pants, but they were wearing like a dress shirt over their pajamas. It's pretty funny. Good morning, problems. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Venom. Chat totally shouldn't plan a surprise party. No, you guys shouldn't. I don't like surprises. I'm very, I'm a very mellow person. It might be too overwhelming for me. I might freak out. You do even wear PJs at work? Like imagine going into the fire department or no, imagine you're um I don't know, you're in a house and your house is on fire, then the firemen come in with like PJs. Yeah, at work. At work. I think it would be pretty funny. It's like, oh, what's going on? Oh, I wonder how doctors do it too, because for doctors, they're also on a pager, right? I hear stories of them having to wake up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to get up and do a surgery. Like, if honestly, I could never be a doctor because I wouldn't even give a shit. I wouldn't even change. I would just run out the door like that because I'm like, oh, someone's life is in danger. Oh, fuck it. let me just let me just wear my PJs. Halloween, we're allowed to wear like small costumes. That makes sense. Having a uniform. Oh man, in school, I had the ugliest uniform. Like I like the idea of uniforms, but I don't like wearing them. It was like a blue dress shirt. It was a pale blue dress shirt. Um with like small white stripes. Like it already looked pretty ugly to me. And then you have the girls get instead of shorts, the girls get a skirt. But when you think of a skirt, right? You think it looks like a skirt from front and back. And it's just they're basically shorts with a piece of fabric all over it. So, it's like a shorts and skirt at the same time. But for our skirt, instead of having the fabric run all the way around 360, it only it only covers the front part. So it looks like a skirt in the front and it looks like shorts from the back. And I don't know who the heck designed it because, you know, at least give us proper skirts. If you're going to give us skirts, you might as well add an extra piece of fabric, right? Why is it only just the front part? Anyway, I hated it. If I'm responding from home, I've gone to the station wearing shorts and a t-shirt saying off duty, save yourselves. No. I also have very strange teachers, I think, back in the day. So it was very strange because, okay, maybe this teacher is because they're old, I don't know. But she would get so annoyed at the female students whenever we would wear stockings, right? Like she was one of those like really, really mean teachers that nobody likes, not even her fellow teachers. But she would call all the girls like um whores and hoes if they wore stockings, but if they went like bare-legged, she was fine with it. And I'm like, I don't understand. Yeah, we had she was terrible. I hated her so much. Like I remember trying to get into the exam hall and there's only okay, it was blocked off, but I was literally in the room next to the exam hall. Like it was right beside it, 2 steps away. And the reason why I was blocked off is because they didn't want students to hang out outside of the exam hall because they were making noise. But okay, it was literally just me. I was like, I could take 2 steps, and I could get into the exam hall instead of walking all the way around the building to get to to go, the whole route, right? And so she looks at me and she's like, yeah, don't do what you think that you're gonna do. You gotta walk all the way around. I'm like, it's literally, I take 1 foot in and I'm already through the door. And she's like, nope, gotta walk all the way around. So I don't know. I never liked her. What did I join in on? Me ranting about my high school life. No, that was like decades ago. Yeah, nobody liked her, not even the other teachers. Calling your students whores is insane. She was just that type of teacher. She was very old. She was like one of those really grumpy old women. And loud. And it just seemed like she hated everything. I never want to be someone like that when I get older. Like imagine just hating the world. But I can sort of see where that kind of personality comes from. Like if you've just seen so much shit happen around you, you start becoming jaded and you're like, yeah, everything sucks. Though it's still not a good excuse to be an asshole to anybody else around you. Anyway, I need some coffee. So one of my teachers was way too chill though. I had like teachers that were very, very different from one another. Um, one of my favorite teachers actually, I think she's a little bit too lenient now that I look back to it, but she would always invite me into her house and we would just chill. And her kids also went to the same school, so I would chill with her kids too. And on the last day, she invited our entire class over to her place. Our class is really small. It's like only, I think, like 6 students, seven. My school in general, like my whole year, we didn't have many students. There were 60. It was around 60 students total. But she would invite us all over to her place, and then she's like, "Okay, we're doing a drinking game." So yeah, that happened. But I'm thinking back on it. I'm like, oh yeah, you're a little that was a little too much. It's nice to have boundaries too between you and your students. It's your responsibility to recognize yourself becoming like that and finding help. Yeah, I think so. I had this one teacher who literally would allow my friends and I to break into his backyard and jump on his trampoline. That was pretty cool. Kind of like my teacher, except my teacher gave us alcohol. The thing is, like, all of our teachers already knew that we were kind of a party school. They would avoid all of the clubs that we went to. They would avoid all of the bars that we went to. Like, they knew, so it kind of makes sense. If we were very straight-laced students, I don't think they, I don't think my teacher would have given us alcohol on the last day. I remember just hanging out at our math teacher's place, but that's because she was my neighbor. Oh, that makes sense too. That's cool, having your teacher as your neighbor. If anytime you need help on your homework, you can just ring them up. Worst teacher I had was the kind that looked fine to anyone else that did not know him. A Spanish teacher, to give you an idea of how bad he was, native Spanish speaker failed the class. We had a teacher like that, and then um, my classmates were brutal. There was a whole, they started a whole petition to get him kicked out, and somehow it happened. The teacher got fired. We heard stories of what other schools did. I don't know about yours being party school. Ours was a party school, but it wasn't too bad. Like, how do I say it? Like, a lot of my classmates were, they were really smart people. Like, a lot of them graduated to go into like Harvard and Oxford. And our class, our year was pretty small, so there was quite a large percentage. But at the same time, the people who went to Harvard and Oxford, they grew weed in their under their sink. So it was like a mix. I don't know. You just get a really strange group of people. I remember just hanging out. Oh, I read that. My sister was friends with my teacher's daughter, so we always saw her outside school. Everybody in my school kind of lived in the same area, like from walking distance from school. So when you say that your neighbors with your teachers and that kind of stuff, I was also neighbors with a lot of my classmates and teachers because we were all in the same compound. Though it got really awkward because one of our gym teachers, his his apartment was directly in front of or beside mine, I guess. Let me blow my nose 1 sec. Excuse me. Yeah, it was directly beside mine, and it was even stranger because his bathroom had a window, and the window was like in front of our living room window, but he would never close the curtains. So the moment this guy comes out of the shower, it was like, okay, everybody, let's leave the living room. Yeah, it was. I'm just thinking. I'm like, why don't you just install curtains or something? How are you today? Hi, Groove. I'm doing okay. I'm a little sleepy. I just woke up, but I'm doing okay. There are downsides of neighbors as your teacher. You can't just play around all day and say something you were sick. That's why I couldn't do homework. Yeah, I guess so. I could never use the excuse of being late to school because all my teachers knew where I lived. So they would be like, you're literally 5 minutes away. And it's true. I would be hella creeped out if my teacher lived next to me. A lot of my teachers lived. I think that's why I went to one of my teacher's house pretty often. because she was so close. Practically neighbors. Like, imagine this is how it looked like. So there was just a complex of multiple apartment buildings, and a lot of the students and teachers would live like between those like or sorry, in those buildings in the same area. So we kind of knew where we all were. Did she also play Terraria? No. No, she didn't. I don't know if I had any teachers who I lied. I had two teachers who played a lot of games, but they were like into they were more into comics, like DC comics and Marvel comics, because they would always talk about it in class. I think at that time, you don't really the only games people played hardcore was probably like StarCraft or something. Aren't you a Marvel person, Ark? I'm like half half. I'm like old Marvel. Does that make sense? Like I was interested in the comics like way back in the day. So I would read up on Red Hood and the Outlaws and all of the heroes that weren't really adapted into movies. But I haven't watched any of the newer movies. Like I'm so behind in Spider-Man. Hi Minimi Cursor. Hello, hello. Jason Todd fan? Yeah. Hello, known liar. Red Hood in Nikkei? No, that's Little Red Riding Hood. It's a little bit different. But yeah, I was really interested in the lore and the world building of um Jason Todd and Batman and Robin Hood and you know I guess the Red Guys. Um that was a long time ago though. Yeah, Marvel and DC, I guess. I had a computer teacher who hosted a video game club in regular classes. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's so cold. We figured out how to open games meant for the club. He joined games of Unreal Tournament and beat everyone in the game. One of my professors was like that. She'd made us play games in class. She made us play Portal. She was good at everything. Do you think you'll want to watch the Spider-Man films with us? Maybe. I kind of do want to watch Spider-Man. I want to catch up because I heard it's good. I watched all the Andrew Garfield ones. I haven't watched I watched one of the Tom Holland ones, and I watched the first movie for the Spider-Verse, and that was it. I think we get a Jason Todd and Dick Grayson anime. What, really? In 2027? I don't know if I can be excited because they always cancel these things. But who knows if it's like if it's backed up by a lot of funding, then it might happen. Did you watch the one with Tobey Maguire, which is my favorite Spider-Man? I think I watched it, but I don't remember it, which is why I didn't mention it in the list of movies I've watched. I feel like I have. The Authority was like hyped and canceled many times. Yeah. That was what happened with um I was gonna say Suicide Squad too, right? I lost faith in the DC cinematic universe way back in 2014. Way back in 2014. That was a long time ago. But yeah, the DC movies really fell through, as in a bad way. once the movies were released, everybody kind of just went, "What happened?" So I'd say the Batman trilogy was really good. Dark Knight and what is it? Well, I forgot the names of the other ones. The Joker kind of made it a little bit better. Though I didn't watch it, I know like it was really popular. But all of the Superman movies were kind of ass. Animated TV series are still banging. The Justice League, yeah. I heard good things about the Justice League. Hello, Night with a Gun, welcome in. Okay, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I feel like everything should just stay animated. Because there's so much more you could do with it. Thank you for this sub. Oh, the gifted sub. Thanks, dog with a suit. Yippee! What was that one? That other webcomic? The zombie one? The Korean one. Home Sweet Home? Sweet Home. Yeah, that one should have stayed animated for sure. I feel like there's a lot. I could argue that a lot of live action should just be animated. And plus, here's the thing as well. I don't think that investors um or like people who buy shares and stuff or like just the investors in general, I don't think they understand what the general audience wants. Because my animator friends tell me that the animation industry is dying. Like they're all getting laid off. There's no more contract work. Um, and the people in charge of the animation industries are all the older folk, and they're still so set back on their ways of, you know, television and stuff. But kids don't really watch television anymore. Everything is on YouTube. They all watch YouTube, they all use streaming services. And so it kind of makes sense for the animation industry, like all the TV series, to not work on television anymore. But here's the thing, right? There's so much potential for movies to get like a full animated movie. And I think that would really revive the animation industry. Like imagine we got the whole Batman versus Superman movie, but like animated. TikTok brain rot. I had a whole discussion about TikTok brain rot yesterday with my housemates. It's pretty bad. It's gotten so bad to the point I think where a lot of parents are trying to prevent all their kids from accessing the internet. Like they're going to the extreme because they don't want their kids to be exposed to like TikTok and short form content, and it's getting a little culty. I think some things work better as live action and other things work better in animation. If there is like powers and, particles and the fantastical elements, I do think animation works way better than live action. Because half the time, if not more, CG in films is terrible. It looks so bad. Or they need a huge budget for it. Had a computer teacher who hosted a video game club in regular classes. We found out how to open. Oh, I already read that line. I'm so behind, guys. I'm so behind in chat. Animated will always be better. Sadly, it doesn't reach a larger audience. I I think these days it does. Because all of the millennials that grew up with animation are slowly getting into, like, they're okay without everything being live action. They're okay with sitting through a movie that's all animated. 30 minutes late, Dixon. How dare you? I'm kidding. You can be you don't have to be here on time. I won't be mad. I'm not gonna yell at you. To the execution chamber. The animation industry is getting screwed over. At least we're getting new. I did see that, the new Gumball content. I have so many friends who refuse to watch a show movie if it's animated. I guess it depends, right? It depends. If they grew up with animation, I think they would be okay with it. I heard another thing too is that the pandemic made it so that a lot of people start getting into anime and animated stuff, animated shows. Invincible. Are you guys watching it? It got too, how do I say it? For me, it got too stressful to watch, so I had to drop it. Though it was a really good show. I did enjoy it. But it stressed me out so bad. And I'm like, I'm watching shows in order to relax myself, in order to get away from my work stress and not be more stressed. I'm still holding out for some sort of revival or something for Dead End Paranormal Park. It was so good why they had to cancel. What is that? Paranormal Dead End. Hold on, let me search it up. Oh, I've never seen this before. It's American animated fantasy horror comedy. First episode in oh, it was actually pretty recent, 3 years ago. June 2022. I'm so out of the loop with shows nowadays. Thank you for the follow, Metal Blue Star. I'm being executed again. Deserved. It looks like Dead End Paranormal Park is getting a second season, right? Mark, we can finally be bees. I think the line that sent me was think, Mark, think, and I'm like, oh god, I can't think either. No, I don't like thinking. I only watched the first season of Invincible, but never watched the other seasons. That was me too. I think or more like, I don't know if I watched the first season, but I watched the majority of it, if not all of it. And I don't think I can continue. It already came out. Oh, the second season already came out, but they got rid of the idea for the third one. I wonder if it's because it's not popular enough or whatnot. Though I get the feeling that after whatever happened with Adventure Time and with what's the other one? There was another show with the galaxy people, like the space people, that a lot of people on the internet are starting to avoid all of the American made television. Yeah, Steven Universe. Because there's so much controversy with the fandoms, and so they're all like, I don't want to be a part of this. And also, I feel like animators don't like talking about it either because of the direction the animation is going with the character designs and I guess even in animation, the animating part in general. So they're all starting to fall off. I've never seen anybody talk about the most recent shows. The first episodes of Invincible is kind of mid, but I feel like that's every show. Yeah, it's just kind of like the introduction to everything. If you don't get a good hook in the first episode, it's hard for a lot of people to keep going. So, I'm under the like I kind of know about that, so I kind of give every show a chance. I watch maybe like 4 to 5 episodes before I end up dropping it. You should watch Pantheon. It's Pantheon. Pantheon. I love how I search up Pantheon and not like Pantheon show because I just get the buildings. Cool. The first the first post. Pantheon is the best show I have ever seen. Thanks, Reddit. What's this about? This is spoilers. An American adult animated science fiction drama and television series created by Craig Silverstein, based on a series of short stories by Ken Liu, set in a world where mind uploading technology is on the verge of mass adoption. Oh. It follows a desperate trio of protagonists Maddie Kim, a grieving teenager whose father is uploaded without her knowledge. That sounds really interesting. The whole like mind uploading technology thing has already piqued my interest because there's so much potential with that. Like there's so much you could do with it. And I think a lot of media are starting to go into that route. Taking in all of the technology that we already have and making stories out of it because it's still relatively new, right? Have you seen Alien Stage? I have like a few. Like maybe the first few and then I had to okay, here's the thing. Here's why I haven't finished it. Or here's why I'm not caught up or I don't know if it's finished. But the first music videos made me sob and bawl so hard that I needed like a whole tissue box in front of me. So, in order to continue, I would have to mentally prepare myself. And I'm never mentally prepared. Like, I never want to sit down. Whenever I'm taking a break, I never want to sit down and be like, okay, it's time to cry. Whenever I'm taking a break, I just want to be like, okay, it's time to play a comfy game. Let's play Terraria or let's play Stardew Valley and let's just build things. Let's go on Minecraft or watch a video where I learn about something. I don't know. But for Alien Stage, I think I'm gonna have to need a day where I go. There's nothing for me to do. There's no commissions, no work, and I can just feel mentally attacked. I've seen it, Alien Stage. This is why 75% of the shows I watch are object shows. I generally love those shows even though they're so childish. All of my friends who are in the animation industry, there's like they talk about these shows a lot. So I always get to hear about what they think. Though objectively, they are very good shows. But it just so happens that the fandoms are kind of can go a little bit haywire at times. And it's I feel like it's a very known thing. So a lot of people nowadays are avoiding it. Voltron, oh my god, that was a bad one. Not the show, but like the fandom. Object show watcher. Fandom's going crazy. Never happens. It always happens, and you know it. Even in anime. Even in anime. Though I feel like for a lot of anime watchers, we already watched a lot of shows that are a lot more controversial, but we're able to, or at least a lot of watchers are able to mm, have a little bit more critical thinking and be like, yeah, this is fiction. So I I just realized that like I feel like the darker the show, the more tame the fandom is. But the more like happy and positive the show is, the more chaotic the fandom can get. Maybe it's a gatekeeping thing, I don't know. Death threats over a pillow getting out was odd. Really? Wait, over a pillow getting out? Though I feel like you can always watch those shows because they are good. I just put out a warning there. Don't interact with the fandoms. MLP and Loud House. Yeah. Have you seen Fiona and Cake? No, I haven't. You want to touch the My Little fandom Pony fandom without a 100-foot pole? Um, there. Yeah. I was gonna argue with that. Because I know good parts of the fandom, but I also know the bad parts of the fandom, so I totally understand where you're coming from. But the songs are really good. Fiona and Cake, what is that? I'm gonna search that up. Oh, is that Adventure Time? Or it's like a sub series of it? It's a spin-off. The series followed the eponymous Fiona and Cake the cat. Alternate universe versions of Adventure Time's main characters, Finn and Jake the dog. Oh, interesting. In an episode of TPOT, Pillow got out along with the yellow face and was sent to one YouTuber into a frenzy. It was a crazy week. Oh man, okay. Into a frenzy all because of a pillow? Okay. I like how Adventure Time grew with its fan base. Slowly it matured and got Fiona and Cake. Fiona? Fiona and Cake? Show with blood and swearing adventurings was so good. Best animated show I've ever seen. You guys are making me want to watch it just to see what it's all about, because I have no idea. I have to help prepare things for tomorrow. We're back. All right. Bye, Stixon. Don't die out there. Like, I've always wanted to get back into shows and stuff. Watch it. The Simon arc was so good. I'm thinking back on when the last time I watched an animated TV show. And I think it was, if it's not anime, it was like years ago. And the last one I watched, the last one I watched was Rick and Morty. But I watched it when I was like not in the right mind. And I binged it all in one night. Don't die sounds like you know that he might. I don't know, I'm just hoping, crossing my fingers. I'm I'm seriously hoping. The Finn scenes were sad. Mm, didn't watch Arcane. Oh, Arcane's a little different, I guess. I no, I did watch Arcane. But I was actually thinking of like, the whole like 2D animation. The ones that I was gonna say multi-season, but like Arcane's also multi-season. I can't really put Arcane in the same genre. I love Arcane. Even the most recent season, I know it has its flaws, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. Binge watch regular show. Gumball, Adventure Time, Steven Universe. I think the only time I'm able to watch it is when my sister is watching it. But I don't really live with her anymore because sometimes she just puts some of these shows in the background and I listen to it while I'm doing other things. But then she also puts like Friends and How I Met Your Mother, all of the old, what are they called? They're not talk shows. They're like the soap, not soap operas. She also puts, and like she binges those. So I watch them second-handedly. The sitcoms, yeah, sitcoms. Thanks, Clock. Have you seen Dota Dragon's Blood? Is that a show based on Dota? No, no. Sangria Frontier. Oh, some people here in chat have told me to watch it. It's the one, it's the anime with the bird, right? Can't beat the king of sitcoms, Scrubs. I've never watched that one. I think that one's still kind of new, isn't it? Or more like I've watched all of the old sitcoms. It's not. Oh, it's not new. It's from 2001 onwards. Yeah, that's not new at all. Oh, thank you for the follow, Ventus Draco. Steven is more insane than Naruto, thinking he can talk no jutsu out of everything. Sorry, I'm just catching up to chat. I need coffee. I heard that Scrubs is very medically accurate. I actually didn't know that Scrubs was a television show, but I always see it being compared. What's going on outside? I heard it isn't. Or was it the opposite? I hear it being compared to, what was it, House? Or something like that. No, I didn't know. I'm not very fluent in my TV shows and sitcoms. I only learn everything through my sister because she watches a lot of it. She likes to watch a lot of shows on the side while doing other things. I think my cat's having an asthma attack. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna check up on him to see if he's okay. Um, okay, I think he's fine. I thought I heard some cat coughing, and then the moment I walked out the door, he stopped. Yeah, both allergies suffers. It sucks. I talked to the vet, and they're like, "Oh, it's fine. He doesn't need an inhaler because he doesn't have that many attacks. It's maybe like once a month, twice a month." And at the same time, I also feel like being reliant on the inhaler isn't too good as well because whatever's in there is like a whole bunch of steroids. Ark makes a mixtape, but it's as scuffed as she can make it. No. That's suffering on my end. And then it's gonna be suffering on your end too, because you have to listen to it. Have you seen the Apothecary Diaries? I have. It's one of my favorite shows this season. Or at least season 2 of it. Steroids buff cat arc when? One of my cats is already pretty buff. Like he's all muscle. When I first got him, I made him run around a lot. Like I played with him a lot. And he was able to do like flips in the air. Like he jumped so high. He was such a athletic cat to the point where he was so built. And I think that's how he got so big and heavy is because I made him run a lot. Like he would run so much to the point where he was panting and I'm like, cats can pant? He was panting like a freaking dog. And I think that's why he's 20 pounds now. He's just pure muscle. He's a huge 20-pound cat. Buff cat is real. But he's lazy now. The thing is, he grew too fast for his body and for his mind to catch up. So he thinks he's still a small cat, but he's not. And so he stumbles and trips over everything because his body's too big for what he thinks his body is. And so his hand-eye coordination now is terrible because he thinks he can reach for something. But I guess he's too strong and too big for it. So he sometimes misses or he tries to be really careful not to destroy his toys. And so he doesn't really catch them because he's afraid he might break them. Whereas my other cat, my smaller one's like he's a really good predator. Like he's very accurate. His reflex is really fast. And my big cat's reflex is like almost non-existent now. Ark genetically engineered a true monster cat. He's a monster, but he's so bad at being a predator. Yeah, with all that, he's not putting his muscles into practice. Yeah, it's a huge cat contrast. And he's a scaredy cat too. He has so much anxiety in comparison to my smaller cat. He looks mean though. Like everybody's scared of him. Whenever we get guests over, or even my housemates. My housemates couldn't get along with him for a good amount of time because he looks like he's really mean. And he's scared of my housemates and they're scared of him, so they just never interact. Whereas my other cat is really friendly, really cute, really small, or smaller. So I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for my older cat. He's not that much older. He's like half a year older. But I like to call him older anyway. That's sometimes the only way I can describe them without naming them. I really like that your background so comfy. Look at the fiddle. Yeah, it's behind me. I used to have a violin, not a yeah, it was a violin. But it was one of those really cheap ones. And I remember practicing for a bit and the strings broke within a week. And I never got it repaired. Smaller, like 1 pound smaller. He's a whole 7 pounds smaller. He's 13 pounds, which is still kind of heavy. But he's a rag dog, so he's a big cat. Whereas my other cat's like 20 pounds. This morning he was trying to get on me. My 20-pound cat. But like, here's the thing, right? Imagine you're a 20-pound cat and you put all of your weight onto your 2 front paws. So I had like 2 little paws digging into my ribs because he wasn't sitting down, he wasn't lying down. He was like standing It was standing on my chest, and I felt like my bones were going to crack. Yeah, I don't have to buy a weighted blanket. He actually sleeps on my chest sometimes. I feel that. See, this is what I mean by he doesn't understand how heavy he is. Because he just walks on me when I'm sleeping, and I just feel all like everything in my body break. We used to have a 22-pound tabby orange cat named Duffy. It hurts. It's painful. Yeah, it's almost like digging a heel, like stilettos into your body. That's almost 10 kg. It is. So, and he's really cuddly too, so he likes sleeping on me. But whenever he gets on my bed, it's just, please watch your step. When he hopped off the table, it sounded like someone fell off. I haven't been allowing my cats on the table. Though they do try to get on other things. Okay, so I have like a pole, and it looks like a column. There's a little, like, a cat sitting area at the very top. And Luffy sits on it all the time. He perches up on the column like an owl, and he just sits there. Because every time he does, I give him pets and I give him a small hug. Because I think he's really cute. He's also like at hug height, right? And I think Senbei got jealous one time because I'm always giving Luffy hugs whenever he's on the column. That Senbei tried to jump on it and he knocked the whole thing over because he was so heavy. And then when I tried to put him on the column, like I lifted him up, he just didn't fit. He's just way too big. And he was just holding on for dear life. Oh man. Cats are so funny. My current cat doesn't know how small he is, and he used to sit on my shoulder a lot. So now he attempts to claw on my shoulders while I'm laying down, and it hurts so bad. Oh my goodness. That reminds me what Senbei did yesterday. My oldest cat, his name's Senbei. But I was talking to or I was just talking at the dinner table. This is the first time he's ever done it. But like he got onto the back of my chair, and I'm like, whatever, he just wants company, right? Sometimes he does that, but not at the dinner table. So I was a little bit surprised. He usually avoids the dinner table because he doesn't like the noise. He has a bit of anxiety. He doesn't like having too much people around. But then this guy just like gets on my back and he starts like scratching my back. I'm like, okay. Strange. And I was having a deep conversation at the dinner table too. Like I was talking about like um anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. He starts scratching my back, and then like because I ignore him, right? He starts like smacking my head, the back of my head, with his two paws like a drum, and I'm like, what is going on here? He's never done that before. But I don't know, cats are strange. Hello, Mar. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Cats are funny creatures. Every time, I guess like every year, I just get surprised by something that my cat does. Anyone care for some existential dread? No, I don't want it. I'm here to be comfy today. No, no existential dread. Only good thoughts. I feel like if I'm never in a positive mood, I will always try to bring myself in that um like back into the positivity. You love dread and that pain while playing video games, but only while playing video games, right? You wrote some poetry. Is it like Edgar Allan Poe poetry? I love poetry. But like, unless it's too relatable and too dark, then I try to avoid it. I don't know how to describe it. You're free to share if you like. Some existential dread. It's pretty nice outside. That means the universe is conspiring to make it a good day. Thank you very much, Venom. That actually makes me feel good. It could be nicer today. We could have more sun. And my neighbor could not be playing rap music right now. Like hardcore Terraria, immediately running into Hollow Knight with no sense of direction. Hollow Knight? I'm not there yet, right? Do you ever feel the sinking feeling of emptiness, a hollow void in your soul, a deep sense of wrongness, like something is not right, a gnawing for food unobtained, a scratch that can't be itched, something is missing but you can't find what? I feel alone while surrounded by people who love me. I feel empty with a plate full of food. I feel helpless with a pocket full of cash. I have everything, and yet I feel nothing. That's very pretty. That's a very pretty poem. Thank you for sharing. I like it. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ark is my Oshi, maybe yours too. I'm your Oshi. I can't wrap my head around the idea that I could be other people's Oshis. I really can't. Maybe because I've only recently been streaming and I'm a huge VTuber nerd. Like I just love being inside the VTuber community and finding new VTubers and watching people, and I have several Oshis, and like I'm one of those, like, how do I say it? Like I'm a huge part of the communities that I'm in, or at least I try to be. Especially like I have like full fan accounts of my Kamiyoshi, so just I don't know, being someone else's is very strange to me, and I try not to think about it. You're my Oshi, or rather, how do I say it? I'm your Kamiyoshi. Thanks, Cube. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I am the product of my environment. We all are. Yeah. I am too. The whole reason why I'm a VTuber is because I watch VTubers. That is one example of me being a product of my environment. Psychological horror, my dear curious fellow. I am a broken bulb in a box of hammers. I love that line. I'm a broken bulb in a box of hammers. I love pretty poems. I haven't really gotten into VTubers. Wasn't really my thing. I just like Terraria and listening to people talk in the background. That's fair too. Hmm. Like I watch an equal amount of, I guess, streamers and other content creators and VTubers, but it just so happens that my hobbies aligned well with a lot of VTubers, which is why I started watching a lot of VTubers. I don't necessarily focus, or I'm not necessarily a fan of VTubers because they're VTubers, but I'm a fan of them because of the content that they create. Oh, excuse me. Hello, Ram. Oh, here's another poem. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my works. Yet mighty in despair, nothing besides remains, rounds the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away. You love that poem? it's gonna take me a while to actually like decipher it. I think that one has a lot more meaning behind the lines, between the lines. God bless you if that was a sneeze. Thank you. I think my allergies get worse when I don't get enough sleep. Hey Hachi. A print. Night with a gun. Yeah, where's the gun? Where is your gun? What are you allergic of? I think it's just dust and dry air. Sometimes I wake up with a coughing fit because of the dry air. I my body realizes how dry it is, and then I end up coughing. Hello Zaris. Hello, hello. I've been an Object Shows fan since I was young, my best friend and sister, so I always kept up with those. That's fair too. That makes sense. An Object Shows fan. I'm gonna go for now. Have a good one. Thank you, Natsuki, for hanging out. Bye bye. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I might stream tomorrow. I know I said on my schedule that there's no stream tomorrow, but I might, just because next Saturday and Sunday I might be busy. So to make it up to you guys, I'll throw in a stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll play more Terraria because I really like Terraria. Who knows? I don't know what it is gonna be yet. I'm not the best at poetry, but when reading it, you feel it. You do. And the slower you read poetry, the more you enjoy it. Yeah, Gorilla Stream. It might actually be Terraria. Because I've been thinking about it all day. I've been thinking about it all night. I didn't get to play it all after stream. And I still want to explore the dungeons. I think it's the whole exploring aspect that I love the most. Exploration and discovery. I'm one of those players that when I have figured out the game, or at least most of the game, I just drop it. I don't find it fun anymore. When I play a good game or watch a good show, I keep thinking about it too. That's gonna be me whenever I watch Alien Stage. I think that's why I need a whole day to watch it. Because after watching it, I'm just gonna be sitting in my little chair thinking about Alien Stage all day. And then I'm gonna go on social media. I'm gonna go on like Twitter or something, and I'm gonna start looking at fan art. I'm gonna start reading up stuff about Alien Stage. Like I can already see it. I know the type of person I am, and that's what I'm gonna do. I remember my first world, I was obsessed with the idea of summoning minions and explored the hive and fought the queen bee. It actually made me happy and sad. Where does the sad part come in? Like you killing the queen bee? No worries, Ark, that's normal. I'm glad I'm not alone. It's worse when you start finding a series of video essays and you start binging everything, but each video essay is like 2 hours long. So you spend like a whole day listening and reading things. To whom it may concern, of gold and glory, for fluid and gold both look yellow. You see men draw blood over coin, but never ponder piss. True. I was sad about the fact that I had murdered an idea hive of innocent bees. Not the bees. Oh, you can always respawn her. You can always resummon her. That makes you feel a little bit better. I'm glad you like bees though. Like I really like bees too. I think over the years I've started to appreciate bees a little bit more. Like when I was younger, I hated them because my idea of a bee was that it's going to sting me. And that's not what goes through a brain's head or a brain's head, a bee's head. That's not what they think about all the time. They think about collecting pollen and bringing food back to their nest. They don't think about stinging you. Like they're not wasps, right? They're bees. They're not killer hornets. So yeah, and they're cute. Like they have the little fuzzies on their back. The wasps are assholes. They are. Have we been streaming without music this entire time? We have. Oh, oops. Um, let's just put a few sounds up. Hmm. I think maybe we'll just go back to Animal Crossing. Does this work? Is it too low? Me. It's cute. Oh, here's another poem. Your riches mean only power to those who slave for money. The man with a belly full of food and a mind full of ideas. Your paper is just fuel for his fire. Your lies only dribble in his ear. Your ambition is his tyranny, and your story is his propaganda. To the poor and the mindless, you are their golden god. To the informed, you are their enslavement. I hate capitalism. That one was connected to the Piss Gold poem. It makes sense. I can see it. Something being obsessed with money. I also take naming my characters and worlds very seriously, making houses. Me too! I think that's my favorite part of Terraria, figuring out like different builds and stuff. It's not the bossing, not really. It's finding materials and finding, you know, different recipes for vanities I can, not vanities, furniture I can make, and then crafting them. And then somehow figuring out how I can implement them into my builds and shove those furniture items into my home. And if it means that I have to kill bosses and kill monsters in order to grab those materials, I will. Even though like during the entire fight, it's difficult to breathe. Oh, thank you for the stretch and hydrate. I think I missed a few redeems. I don't have my headphones plugged in. No alerts, no sounds. I'm sorry, guys. For those who are lurking, have a good lurk. Oh, the music's too loud now. Okay, this is better. least I found somewhere to mumble my doomer stories into a void. They find a voice. Here? I actually do appreciate it though. I love poetry. My brain is too anxious to share my poems. What about like in the arts channel of the Discord? I change into like creatives. Like anything that has to do with creativity. So whether it's you just want to write something short, or if you want to post art, it doesn't even have to be like visual arts. It could be like music as well. And make it like a general Discord Discord channel. Fishing during a blood moon. I'm gonna have to try that. Fishing during a blood moon? Like, what do you fish out? Monsters? I completely forgot about the angler fishing line or the fishing quest in Terraria. I remember that was a thing. Literature is art, after all. It is. Anything where you have to use your brain to make things. I would categorize that as art. And I don't really like the idea of like, you know, art being just visual arts. Because I'm kind of I was. I can't really call myself a musician anymore because I don't really dabble in the musics as much. But like music is also art. Language is also art. Words are also art. In a way. You get fish, boxes, quest items, occasionally junk from fishing. I remember in one of my old playthroughs of Terraria, I was doing the fishing quest. No, I wasn't doing a fishing quest. One of my friends were doing a fishing quest. And they gave me a shark pet. I think it was in a fishing bowl. Is that part of the fishing thing? I remember they had a lot of it, so they're just like, here, Ark, take the shark. And I'm like, alright. And then I had this little shark that was following me around everywhere. In a bubble? Yeah, it was in a bubble. I thought it was a fish tank. It's not a fish tank, it's a bubble. Is that from fishing? Because if that is, I'm gonna start fishing more. Like, I really love the cute pets that you can get in Terraria, which is why I downloaded the whole like pet mod as well, because I want to start crafting more summons. A zephyrfish. A zephyrfish, like a wind fish? Gale fish? You can also find the shark in underwater chests. Okay, I need to start swimming as well then. I need more gill potions. Man, there's so much to discover. I was kind of tempted to make, instead of a medium-sized world, which I have already, I was kind of tempted to make a big one, like a really big world. And that way there's more stuff. Though like the stuff is still the same, there's more to explore. But I know that it's probably not going to be very fun to play if I have to keep traveling from one end of the world to the other. Yeah, they're like, yeah, they're tedious to move around. So when I saw the teleporter in Terraria, I was so excited because I was like, oh, it means I can teleport from one place to another now. But no, that's not, well, it's kind of how it works, but not really. But now I'm thinking, oh man, you guys got me thinking about creating a build where I can use a teleporter, the 2 teleporters that I bought, and I've just rescued the mechanic, so now I have to build a house for her. Have you guys playing Night Rain? You guys are talking about FromSoft Bloodborne. Are you guys playing Night Rain? I suck at wiring. I'm gonna have to say that I feel like I might suck as well. I'm gonna suck at wiring too. I just know it. It takes a fair bit of setup, but the teleporters are useful for getting around different biomes quickly. How much wire would you need for that? Wouldn't it be easier if you bought the pylons? Hello, Amor. Night Rain is fun, but mostly been watching my friend play it. Yeah, pylons are easier. I was watching some Night Rain streams yesterday, and I didn't realize how cool all of the playable characters were. And their animations especially. And it's a roguelike. But one of my cousins had been trying to get me to play. He was like, we literally have 3 people here who can all play Night Rain together. And I was sitting on my ass thinking about it for a while, and I didn't know whether I wanted to play it or not, because I'm really bad. I'm really, really bad at Souls games. And I get frustrated easily. And when I get frustrated, my performance starts dropping, and I die faster. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. But it does look really fun. I heard that the only difference with Night Rain is that you don't actually get to create your own character. Like, difference between Night Rain and Elden Ring is that you don't get to create your character. So you can only choose one from the roster. Though I'm okay with that. Discord? I'm kind of lost. Are you lost in Discord? Or... I'm gonna be in and out for a bit. A guy's here to work on shower, so I'm gonna be guiding him a bit. Alright. Bye, Clog. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it's roguelike. Oh, you're trying to get your way into the server. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up the Discord. I'll just put it on YouTube too in case anybody there wants to join. Go. Oh, you're already in? You're inauthorized. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Wait, let me just do this fast. And shove this in YouTube too. There we go. So, once you're in the Discord, you have to verify yourself, as in you have to... I have a security thing put in place where you have to verify your email in order to enter the Discord, so I know that you're not a bot. You also have to read the rules and react in order to enter the rest of the server. So I don't know which part of the security you're on, but it's just so that everybody can... yeah, everybody reads the rules before interacting with the community. So essentially just read what it tells you to read, and then take action of what the rules are telling you to do. Read the rules. I read the rules, agreed to them, nothing happened. I'm just gonna double check to see what your role is. There's two verifications. There's 2 of them. But let me just check. We're doing a little bit of troubleshooting here. Okay. So if you click the verify button, you should be good to go. Yeah, it's under the verification channel on YouTube, or sorry, not on YouTube, on Discord. And then the next thing you want to do is go into the reception area under welcome and read through that. Unless it's all... You picked up Arknight. Oh yeah, so you're able to access the rules channel now, right? Are you able to access the welcome channel? And are you able to access the verification channel? If you... I'm a keep being ignorant dumbass. If you're an ignorant dumbass, that's how you get banned. You don't want to be an ignorant dumbass. You want to read the rules and you want to follow them. I'm solving the captcha. Oh, there we go. I think you've got it, right? Oh, I hate how tedious this is, but it has to be done because we've had bots. We had a bot in the Discord server before, but we don't really have, at least back then I didn't really have proper modding. Thanks Clock for being my mod. But it gets a little bit difficult once our community grows bigger and we have more people joining, and there is a chance for more bots to join. Panchucks? What is panchuck? A sword and a gun. Is that a frying pan? There's a Dead Cells weapon that is a frying pan. Wait, hold on. Have I played Dead Cells? I think I have. It's the roguelike, right? I remember getting super frustrated. I played it for a bit and then it got super yeah, I have played this. Okay. Natsuki's idea on the server under you're talking about server suggestions, or you're talking about stream suggestions, or wait, what is Natsuki's idea? Natsuki's not even here to tell me. Remind me what it was again. Oh, the wind. Oh, it's so cold. It's cold. I'm gonna close the window. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna stop moving for a second. I'm not dead. Okay. Oh. I have all these goosebumps because of how chilly it was in here. Discord noise? And I'm alive, guys! I'm alive, I'm not dead. Put on reading glasses, alright. Here we go. You could volunteer to supervise a certain channel that you're active in. I kind of like that too. Because now with all of the different channels that I have on with the forums, I'm avoiding putting myself or I'm avoiding some of the spoiler channels because I don't want to read anything. Thanks for the follow, Viridian. But I think I like that idea too. Give me health divers. Here's the thing. I'm gonna set up a small application for people who want to be temporary supervisors of certain channels. And you have to convince me that you are the best person for it. Because I'm not just gonna put a random person in there as a supervisor if I feel like you're not really if you're not gonna be responsible about it. So I would like to make some sort of application. Maybe for next week we'll have something like that. No, I trust you guys for now. For a few more days. I've been trusting you guys for the past few months actually. I feel like everybody here is good and responsible with your words and in your actions and things that you do. So I'm kind of lucky. I'm lucky that we haven't really had any bad apples in a while. Everybody who has been banned or timed out to the point where they no longer want to return. My cat's here. Hello. He wants more food. Give me 1 second. Hello, I'm back. Yeah, the application is also there so that I don't randomly assign people to the role if they don't want to have the responsibility. Like imagine suddenly waking up and you're like in charge of a whole channel. That would freak me out. I don't know about you guys, but it would for me. Monkey Lab vibes are rushing back to me. Monkey Lab, is that another game? A VR game? I don't think I'll ever get into VR. Though I love the idea of VR chat. My motion sickness would kill me. I tried playing Raft. I think that was the worst one. Raft gave me so much motion sickness that I had to lie down. I didn't even have the chance to go to my bed and lie down on my bed because I felt so bad that I started lying down on my floor, like right beside my desk, and I was just there for 3 hours. But it's the mix of, it's not just the motion sickness, but it's like the seasickness as well. It's everything. I posted a few pictures and art. Thank you. Thank you for contributing. I love art. But I'm glad you're able to get in. Yeah, anything that's like craft related, creative related, creation related, I would consider that as art. Imagine not playing Elden Ring. Night Rain is the new fad. I was watching people play it, though I'm not really a Souls person. Hello, Pajama Pants Jack. This belongs in a confiscation locker. Does it? Okay, let me take a look closely. This looks really interesting though. Whatever you made? Did you just put multiple things together and tie them up? Looks like a chimera of weapons. Recluse though. Wait, what is recluse? What is recluse? Someone explain recluse. I had this super nice owner named Crispio, but apparently the whole mod team was racist or something. The game was popping off. It was so peak, we tried to revive it for 2 months ago. Oh boy. Well, that kind of sucks. That more than sucks. This is why I have applications for modding, so that I can filter out, you know, the people that I feel like shouldn't be mods. Though it is a bit more tedious to be like, here, you have to answer all these questions. But at the same time, like, I think it has to be done. Can't wait for the release. Elden Ring Recluse, okay. Elden Ring. Elden Ring Recluse is a mage archetype. Oh, she's in Night Rain. Oh. You make it sound like Recluse is an entirely new game. But she's just one of the characters. A spellcaster type of character. She looks really freaking cool. I love mages. I love mages so much in Elden Ring. I started as a mage, I think. Like a main, like my main class. Until I got to the academy. And then I kept getting obliterated by everything. I feel like if you were to play like melee parry classes, you can pretty much, I wouldn't really call it smooth sailing, but you can pretty much get through most stuff. When I was playing the mage class, and I was in the academy, I was dealing like baby damage. And I thought it was normal. I thought it was like a normal thing. I was like, oh, everybody's struggling here, right? Until I watched my cousin play, and she was playing. She wasn't, I can just tell you that she was not playing a mage or range class. And she was breezing past everything. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time to drop the staff. I think it's time to move on to another class. Like Ultra Kill. You guys are totally Ultra Kill is obsessed. I don't even know what that game is. And then my second class, the other class I wanted to get into, was a Dex class with my puny ass damage, and that was also very difficult to play. Have you played Undertale? I played like the first 5 minutes of it, but I haven't really gotten through it. My only knowledge of Undertale is from all the memes. Ultra Kill is like Doom, but you're a robot. That sounds like fun. Please finish Undertale, it's peak. Should I stream it? Should I just stream Undertale? Would it be a meme at this point? Can't believe you haven't finished Undertale. I know, right? Me too. The fandom's abhorrent, but it's a good game. Can you hear the sand song? I had that song stuck in my head for the longest time too. I think someone did a remix of Giorno from JoJo, like his theme song. What's it called? Golden something? With the Undertale song, and then like that just never left my head. Golden Wind. An ER mod that plays a laugh track whenever you level Dex. No! It's called Giorno's Theme. It's like, I mean, it has a proper name, right? It's Giorno's Theme Golden Wind or something, right? Yeah. Streaming Undertale might not be a good idea. Community can be a bit much. That's what I was thinking too. Like, I'm scared of you know, people coming in, like all the hardcore players that have, you know, played the game like 5,000 times or like are super into the fandom, talking shit in chat, because that's what happens to a lot of like the older games that have massive fandoms. You mean like the Project Moon community? I mean, it's been like that for every game I've been playing. I think Project Moon is one of them. Hollow Knight also. The only one, I think the only games that I don't get a lot of like backseating is probably, or like a lot of rude people coming in chat is probably like Stardew Valley. God of War Ragnarok. I don't think that's my type of game. 13 Sentinels were all as lost as you. I was not lost. I still love that game. Yeah, and Octopath. I really enjoyed the story. I love piecing together everybody's story, and I think it's harder as a viewer to watch 13 Sentinels because you have to be totally engrossed into it in order to pick up on all of the nuances. I think that was really the only way you could get into 13 Sentinels, but because I was playing it and it had my full attention, and that way it was fine for me, but I can see that as a viewer it could be hard because most of the time people who watch streams don't have it up the entire time. Mortal Sin? That sounds terrifying. Have you tried Infinity Nikki? Actually, Crystal Milk Tea, one of my good friends, also another streamer, she's been trying to get me to play. She was like, I have an invite code and everything for the event. She was like, hey Ark, you want it? And I did want to try it, but then I was reading up on what happened in the latest event. Actually, I don't know much of the details, but I heard that the event kind of broke the rest of the game and it's hard to recover from it. So because of that, I don't know if I want to try it. I don't know. When are we finishing Arise? Never. It's another one of those games where it's hard for people to join. I think that's the thing with a lot of RPG games. It's hard for people to watch because there's honestly not a lot of things happening in the game. And if it is, it's all like story based. And it's, if you haven't played Arise before, it's like, oh, now we're in the middle of the story and I don't know what happened previously. Fate, the Unholy Trinity. What's that? Am I a shark? Is it because of my teeth? Is that what you're asking? Or is it because my name sounds like it rhymes with shark? But no, I'm a dragon. Which also may come off as a surprise. I don't want you to ever stream Persona game. Why is that? Is it because of the story as well? I am still in the middle of playing Persona 3, the remake. I still haven't finished it. I'm still in July. Are there a lot of Dragon VTubers? I don't know. Isn't it also the case for a lot of the story-centric games you play? PM game. I feel like PM games is a little bit different. Because for RPGs, right? For JRPGs, they're like one and done. Versus for PM games, it's a gacha game which has a longer life. And so a lot more people follow it and they know the game. Whereas if I were to play Arise, it's like talking to a void. Yokai watch games. They're oddly fun and super entertaining to me. Like, if I were to pick up an RPG game to stream right now, I would stream Fantasy Life. Because everybody's playing it right now. But I don't want to stream it just because, you know, other people are streaming it. Or because it's like the thing, right? Though I feel like that would probably be the most logical one to stream. Yeah, Ube's been playing it actually. Let me give you a shout out. Ube's been streaming some Fantasy Life and it's really cute. Oops. Does this work? I think I might. Oh, okay. Everything lagged for a second. I thought I broke. And we're gonna have to get rid of Frosty tools. But anyways. Change together too. 4 or 5 Dragon VTubers, half of them have moved on to other forums. They abandoned the dragon forum? Why? What's wrong with being a dragon? The blank full of cats game, it involves you looking around different areas to find cats. It's made by the devs of DevCats and I love it so much. I haven't heard of DevCats and I haven't heard of whatever that is, a blank full of cats. Let me Google this. What is this? Full of cats game and DevCat. Why did you blank it out? It's a castle full of cats? Is that the one? I love Chain Together. It's so funny. I love watching Chain Together. I don't know about playing it because I know it can get very frustrating, but I've been watching a lot of my friends play it. I remember them asking me and I'm like, no, I'm not. This is not my type of game, but like watching them struggle is hilarious. Graduating, then coming back as something else. Oh, that's what you mean. I'm always gonna be a dragon, guys. I will reassure you, I will never change. I'm always gonna be a dragon. Even if I don't look like a dragon, I will always be a dragon. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh, wait, I was looking at the castle full of cats. It's like, where is Waldo? A Catvania hidden object game where you need to find all the cursed cats in the castle, save each and every cat, and unleash the power of love. That sounds very comfy. Why is there a bear trap in the dungeons, and why is there a cat on it? Anyway. I have to get back to my window browser, my browsers, my windows, so I can't see you guys. Okay. I will be your touchstone of certainty. I like that. I'm your touchstone of certainty. Hi, Off Pill. Welcome in. Good evening. It's because your wings are so small. Can you fly with such broken wings? No, I can't, actually. That's why, I'm powered by other machines, machinery, and technology. And I can't really fly through air. I can only fly through space, and... it's not ideal. Yeah, I just simply do it, with the power of magic. There's a reason why I look the way I do. Did she even get the sound reference? I did. Because you guys say it all the time in chat. I feel like the word ideal has been thrown around like 500 times in here. Fly, broken wings. We're having a karaoke sometime next week. I'll probably end up singing that song again. Oh, it's ad break. Ad break on Twitch. But yeah, I have been really enjoying Nimbus Company a lot more than when I first started, I think. I think once you get past a certain canto, everything just kind of starts, I wouldn't call it melting together, but it just feels a lot better. Once you're into the world building and the lore, you're like, oh yes, everything is makes sense now. And I've been watching other streamers play Olympus Company too. Can't wait to be an adult. There's great things that come with being an adult and also terrible things that come with being an adult. I don't know what's better, being a kid or being an adult. Somehow it feels like the same thing, but just with different responsibilities. Though I love the freedom. That's one thing I love when it comes to being an adult and not being tied down by adult rules made by other adults. Limbus Company feels like a disorienting pile of slop. My only understanding of it is through my gremlin little brother. It's like a good pile of slop. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a slop. It's just. It is disorienting though. It's difficult to understand for sure. Adulthood is amazing. You can buy guns off the black market. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please get a license. That's how you get arrested and that's how you get jail time. Or you could simply move to a country where you're allowed to get more guns. Gulp. That's right, I'm looking at you. Looking at all of you. Heathcliff? Heathcliff is the British man in Limbus Company. I've been too obsessed with other games to play Limbus Company. That's fair too. It's not, I would say it's not for everybody. The thing is, if you asked me if someone came up to me, like I was gonna say your normal person, but like a random person, right? And they asked me if I would recommend Limbus Company to them, I'm gonna have to say no. It's like one of those games that you have to really get yourself into by yourself. Like I would never recommend Limbus Company unless I know the person would be into these type of games. But I feel like for the general person, like the person who's like I hate to say this, but like my sister for instance, where she just plays Valorant all day, I would never recommend Limbus Company to her. Like she would never get into it. I know it. Like it takes for a certain type of gamer in order to get into the game. Like you would have to love reading. First of all, you would love to know stories or love stories. You would have to like gacha as well. What's wrong with Valorant? How about I replace the word Valorant with like League? League gamer. BA. Wait, what's BA? Yeah, what isn't wrong? Okay, I have several gripes with Valorant. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it definitely caters to people who have shorter patience. Like a shorter amount of patience. It's one of those games that are like it's pretty much equivalent to short form content. It's like the Gen Z game. That's how I imagine it to be. With the, the e-boys and the e-girls. I have many friends who think Limbus seems cool, but solely refuse to play it because of the gacha aspect. Yeah, it's that too. A lot of people just don't like gacha, and I don't want to recommend gacha to anybody because you need a level of self-control in order to play gacha games. A lot of first players of gacha tend to not understand what control is. And that's how they get you, right? Because there's always like packs that are $2, $3, $6, and they're like, oh yeah, it's nothing. But then it starts racking up, and then they start not being able to pay for their bills. So yeah, it's a that's a whole thing. You need a level of self-control in order to get into gacha. The average cookie run kingdom experience. Like, you've heard of those stories of kids playing Genshin and them stealing their mother's credit cards or their dad's credit cards and spending thousands and thousands on the characters in order to get it to like C6. Right? Thank you for the follow. So there's that too. But also a level of reading that's hard to get into because not everybody likes reading. In fact, I feel like a lot of people hate reading. And that's what makes action combat gacha so popular nowadays, because people just want to turn off their brains and just unga bunga and kill things. It's a shame that Limbus and Arknights also got affected by the gacha stigma, but it's definitely better that they kept out of peak if they lack self-control. Yeah. Even with Arknights, I think they're still a little bit predatory, even though it's still on the... It's better than a lot of other gacha games, but there are like event packs and whatnot, so you still need a lot of self-control with that. I say Limbus is probably the most generous out of all of the gacha games I played. Yeah, it's even better than Arknights. I need to get my hands on a script generator for printing custom credit card details. No! No, first is the illegal guns and now it's counterfeiting cards? No. I suffered with White Cat Project in the past. Wait, White Cat Project came out? I was waiting for the global release. Unless you're playing like the... It was never localized, right? There was never a global release of it. I remember waiting for that too. But I didn't know anybody who knew of it or played it. JJH needs to go gets down on his knees and grovels for forgiveness, and he really needs to stop doing that. It's hard. It's hard when you live in a country where you have to meet the expectations of other people all the time. It's just a culture thing, I think. So I don't even fault him for it. Because people can get scary. You underestimate my level of degeneracy. Sorry, I underestimated you. Keep going. He streamed himself beating a certain Kanto 8 boss pre-nerf to flex on whiners. People were whining about the difficulty level. Damn. I think that was one of the major turnoffs for Tribe 9 too. Because you guys didn't get to see me play this, play through all of Tribe 9, the first chapter, but there was one, I guess it's one of the bosses in Tribe 9. It's a shark boss. And this boss was so freaking difficult. Even after leveling all of my characters up to like the highest level, max level, and leveling up all of my cards to max level, yeah, it's the filter. People call the shark the filter because it filters out a lot of gamers or a lot of the players. And you have to grind it to get certain materials to level up all of your players as well. But I found it to be really fun. It's a really fun fight because you have to understand and figure out the mechanics. It's basically Final Fantasy or WoW raid mechanics for the fight. We were stuck there for 2 hours? I'm so sorry, Azu. I think for me it was easy for me to grasp because it felt like I was playing Final Fantasy 14 again, where it's like I have to watch for certain animations and I have to watch for certain cues and understand where the boss is going to hit. Oh, having that maid girl, I don't know if you pulled for her, but there was a maid girl in Tribe 9 who's really great at parrying. So she can basically parry a lot of the attacks as long as you know that it's coming and where it's coming from. So I did end up getting her, and I ended up just parrying most of the boss attacks. It was fun. It's really fun. It's just a shame that Tribe 9 is going end of service, but it's one of the more harder gacha games, which I appreciate because too many gacha games kind of rely on gear and meta rather than gameplay. And Tribe 9, I feel like it's one of those games where you actually have to understand you know, how the game works and not just press buttons. I did this shark when Tsuruko was the latest banner, so basically at launch. Oh, right, and you didn't have her yet. So you would actually have to dodge everything. They make you grind for gear. Yeah. You spam win rate. Hey, if I know I can win through win rate, I will spam it. But that's the other thing about Limbus Company is that a lot of the boss fights, you can't spam win rate. You actually have to think, and I really appreciate that about the game. Epic 7 is very guilty of gear grind. Yeah, it's speed meta. I hate it. I heard that World of Warcraft is also kind of like that. All of your damage is reliant on gear, and you clearing is reliant on gear. Whereas there's other games, I'm gonna have to compare Final Fantasy XIV to WoW because it's like the same boss mechanics and stuff. But like with Final Fantasy, I feel like damage doesn't really matter too much as long as you understand what you have to do during certain sections of the boss fight. I like Tribe 9 even though I haven't played it yet. Tribe 9, oh my god. It's such a fun game. The story is I guess there's a certain element of mystery to it, so it's very intriguing. It pulls you in. The pixel art, I think that might be my favorite part because so many games nowadays is like, oh, we're gonna dump this into Unreal Engine and make it 3D. Sorry, it's probably still like Unreal Engine, but like it's just the whole pixel visuals. It brings back a sense of nostalgia for me because I grew up with playing a lot of pixel games. I think that's why I love Terraria and I play Stardew Valley, and that's why I love Tribe 9 is because I love the pixel art. I never really got into CRK, but I do understand why some people like them. I also suck at following stories. Wait, what is CRK? Terraria! Terraria mentioned. It's interesting, I've never played most of the games that you're talking about, but it's still nice to listen to your streams. I appreciate you being here, even though, like, I'm sorry that everything that I've spoken so far is probably difficult to understand. Woowa is kind of fun, but there's a lot. It's really overwhelming for me. As in, I remember I played Woowa on... Hi Humiart, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. But I played Woowa on day 1. And I think I played it for around a week or so. But after not playing it for a while and coming back to it, you just get a whole bunch of notifications for everything. Like, they've added so much content to the game where I don't know where to start. Woowa, a week. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, there's like 5, I don't know, more than that. There's like 10 events going on. 3 of them which are permanent events, and then you have 10 temporary events. And so I just die a little bit inside. Hello, Bad Gatewayer. Hello, fellow bad. You're also a bad gatewayer, right? I have not been catching up on what's going on in there. Let me give you a small shout out. You mean? You mean? How do I? There we go. That's how it works. But yeah, speaking of which, we just officially finished gathering the team of bad gatewayers. And so there's 20 people in this team. So we might be doing some more like cool events and community events or collabs and stuff. I'm adding all the artists there. There's a lot of cool artists in here. Yeah, Humi is part of the Bad Gateway team as well. I'm not cool. You are cool, Stixon. Nobody said you aren't. If you think you are cool, you shall be cool. You can be whatever you want yourself to be. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You too, Halbor. I love the hair. Thank you. This is actually my second model hair, my 1.2 hair. I want to keep making new hairstyles for myself. I just haven't had the time to. Someone said something about wanting long hair arc. Maybe that could be a thing. Oh, you're not cool because it's hot, temperature-wise. Oh, okay. I guess it's difficult to tell yourself that you're cool if your body is not cool. You can't really stray too far from the truth sometimes if it's a physical thing. What is your first hairstyle like? It's pixie cut. It's very, very short. I still use it often. I switch between this one and the other one. You want ponytail arc? Yeah, maybe we'll have ponytail arc too. We'll have ponytail arc, pigtails arc, twin tails arc, long haired, low ponytail arc. Dap it up, my Bionosaurus. What is that? My Boyanosaurus. The quote that I used to cheer me up. It sounds like a very fun line, even though I don't know what it means. Oh, CRK's Cookie Run Kingdom. Ah! Cookie Run. I've never gotten into Cookie Run. How is it? Should I get into it? Pigtails are ruined for me. Why? Is it because of a certain story? Or handlebars? Okay, never mind. We're not doing pigtails. Yeah, wuthering. Pigtails in media is something atrocious. It depends on what kind of media you consume. So this is a blatant call out for yourself. See, Miku also has twin tails. And you don't associate Miku with anything but music. You forget who I am. True. You did say that you were something degenerate something. I don't care much about hairstyle. I think it's just fun having a change of looks every so often. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror, right? And sometimes you feel bored and you're like, let me just dye my hair and bleach it and turn it a different color. At least that's what I did. It's time to destroy my hair follicles. Let's have white hair for a whole month. And let's dye it bright blue a different month. The Miku Fortnite thing? Oh, now instead of Miku, it's Sabrina Carpenter. I can't get that out of my head. Why they had to put it in the game? It's hilarious seeing both Miku and Sabrina Carpenter in the same room. It's just hilarious to me. Celery and toaster have burnt their way into my brain. The celery and toaster? I don't know the reference, and I don't know if I want to know the reference. It's unfortunate I'm not. You can always try different hairstyles even if you're not a girl. You can always do it. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate, Mookie. Stuck with the same hairstyle for life? No one said that you could stick with the same hairstyle for life. I've seen so many different male hairstyles. You could also grow it out like freaking Honglu if you want to, from Olympus Company. Like, I remember it was so funny during the pandemic. I didn't see anybody for the longest time, and so I had these two friends, which I'm so used to seeing them with a certain look. And the next thing I knew, I looked at them, like, not even just my friends, but like my cousin too. And then I saw them after like a year, I think. And they all had hair down to their shoulders. I'm like, who are you? Which I think is fine if you know how to style long hair. I think long hair looks really good. You'll be stuck with one hairstyle once you're bald. You're kind of right about that, but then you could also get a hair transplant, and then you can also get one of those. You can get what is it called? A toupee? I don't know the word. Wigs are that. Bald is awesome. I did have a whole discussion about baldness in one stream. I'm surprised you remember that, Sep. I was talking about how convenient it was to just shave your entire head bald. You don't need to worry about conditioner. You don't have to worry about shampoo. You don't really have to worry about matching your hair with your outfit because you're only stuck with one. Once my hair started coming down to my eyes, I can't take it. I mean, you could still have bangs, but like long hair for the rest, like of your, like the rest could be long, and then you could have bangs like Hong Lu. I was bald before. It was awesome. My head feels cool. I have this urge, like whenever someone goes bald and then their hair starts growing back and their head feels like a carpet, like I just have an urge to just like run my head, my hands through their hair because it just feels really nice. Bald means your head feels cool and fresh. No itchy hair. It won't itch if you wash it every day. I know people are always saying you shouldn't wash your hair every day, but I do it anyway. Because here's my logic, right? Here's my logic. If you're washing your hands every day, and if you're washing your face every day, and if you're taking a shower every day, you should also wash your hair every day. Even though it's drying, there are other like products you can put in your hair to make it moisturized. So, I've also heard the thing where it's not good because it dries out your hair, but I don't know. I just don't like the fact that it can get gross in there. And plus there's like hair follicles and stuff can get stuck in like where your scalp is. You should exfoliate your scalp. Exfoliate your scalp, please. Else you get a lot of dandruff. It depends on the person. I wash my hair every day, but it itches easily when it gets a bit hot. I think that's also the reason why I wash it, is because my scalp gets really itchy sometimes. But it also I get a lot of oils as well. So I'm like, I have to. And they're like, oh, but your skin's going to adjust to like, the oils and stuff. No, it's gross. Are you by chance in the Midwest? I see, the thing is, I don't really understand the Midwest. Because I know it's like, that's a term for the US, but I'm not in the US. I'm Canadian. Canada. I pronounce things funny. Really? I'm gonna start speaking with a British accent from now on. Your hair is oily because you wash it every day. But like, here's the thing too. Like, the rest of my body also gets oily every day. Does that mean that I should stop showering? No. Right? Like, I just normally I have very oily skin, so I always have to wash it. Not just my face, my hair, my scalp, everything. Yeah, just my genetics. My hair is oily every day too. Yeah, exactly. So it's good to, be hygienic and just wash everything whenever it does get oily, because it looks gross otherwise. Is it better in the winter? Hmm. I think so, yeah. Actually, yeah. I also have a tip for those who do get like very oily skin, is that um what is it called? Mm. Niacinamide really helps. Yeah, niacinamide plus zinc. It really helps with oily skin. My hair gets extremely oily and greasy if I skip a day of hair wash. And it feels gross. It looks gross. For oily skin, drink water. But what if you already drink water? Use shampoo that has reinforced in it. It's a conditioner mixed with normal shampoo. Here, this is what I do. I just use shampoo and then I use conditioner right after. So I don't need to like put conditioner and shampoo when I just use both, right? Thanks for the stretch and hydrate clock. Standalone conditioner is kind of iffy. Wait, why? Why is that? I'm also just too lazy to wash it every day. I think that's the reason why I don't like long hair. My hair's getting really long right now, but washing it every day also requires you to blow dry your hair every day. And it's also kind of damaging to blow dry it too much on the wrong setting. Like, you should always blow dry your hair with the lowest setting first and then use the high setting later, but it's so drying. So I like to keep my hair short so that it dries faster. You gotta scrub your skull with body wash. I have to wash my scalp. I have to. Some say use conditioner first. But then if you use conditioner first, the shampoo is gonna wash it all off, right? So what conditioner does is that it locks in moisture into your hair. I guess to get into like the nitty-gritty of it, a lot of conditioner, which I try to avoid, have silicone in it. And what silicone does is that because your hair strands, like your hair physically has a lot of holes, and the more you damage your hair, the more holes it's going to have. The silicone plugs in those holes and it prevents the water from leaving as fast, or the moisture from leaving as fast. So like that's how you get very silky, moisturized hair. It's from the conditioner. Though I don't know how conditioner without silicone works. But like most conditioners have silicone and that's how they lock in moisture. So if you use shampoo after conditioner, it just strips your hair out of the conditioner again. Literally the reason why I hate my long ass hair. Drying takes so long. It does take a very long time. Wait, why are you feeding sticks into Miffy? Long ass hair. Sorry, I should stop saying long ass hair. Let me just say long hair. Oops. Stixon is getting executed because of me. My hair is more dense than long, so you can just imagine. Kinda. I think my cat is stuck in the closet. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just heard a cat screaming. Why he dies is that sometimes when people open up the closet, he darts in, but we don't notice that he darts in, and then we close it behind. Oh. But he still keeps doing it. He keeps darting in the closet. You're dying for the 3rd time already. Stixon, how many lives do you have? Get a cat gate for your closet? I feel like cat gates don't really exist. As in, they jump really high. Cats love climbing things. They love jumping over things. They love jumping on things. They perch up in the back of my chair. They perch on my shelves. It's called a base. No! No. Cat gates are a placebo. Yeah, I feel like it works for dogs. I feel like gates definitely work for dogs, but not for cats. I like that cat emote. We should have cat emotes here. Oh! Cool news is that I'm applying for monetization on YouTube, so maybe perhaps we can start adding emotes on YouTube soon, so that we have personalized emotes for the chat and not just have the default ones in case you guys want to use them. A cat gate is just a net. See, if there's a net, I won't be able to go in the closet either. If I ever want to get stuff. And I feel like with a net, the cats would climb on it, right? Like, so the back of my chair, the one I'm using right now, I have an IKEA chair. It has like the netting on it, and what my cats love to do is that they love to climb on it. And I try not to let them, because I don't want them to like destroy my chair, but like it seems like the material is pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. It hasn't nothing's broken yet. How many cats you got? I have 2. I have 2 of them. 2 big cats. I took my cat to the vet the other day and oh sorry, I'm moving around because I'm sitting on my sweater. Okay, yeah, the vet there was like, oh, that's one big kitty, and I'm like, this is my small one. It's my small cat. It's not... I've got an even bigger one. Which one? No, it was, I brought Luffy to the vet. Well, I brought them both to the vet last week, and they're doing fine now. He heard his name. He's coming. What do you want? He's starting to learn his name now. Luffy's a little dumb. Me, I name my cat Luffy. So yeah, he's a little dumb. So it took him like 2 years for him to learn his name. Whereas Senbei just got his name. Like the moment I got him, I guess he kind of just learned that his name was Senbei. A pet street cat? Do you feed the strays outside? Wait, Dingo, are you playing Dead Cells right now? To the clock tower. I don't know how far that is. I didn't get very far. Just BM? A dog named BM. You do in the background to most things. Ah, I see. That makes me want to play Terraria. Knowing that you guys are playing games right now makes me want to play Terraria. A stray that likes me. Ah, I see. I had a lot of strays back when I was... Or a lot of stray cats and dogs around when I was growing up. I was scared of most of the stray dogs. They're a little bit, pack-ish. I think that's the best way to describe them. Like, they move around in packs. They kind of gang up on you. Your background feels like a puzzle game. Reminds me of Don't Touch Anything. You can play I Spy with the background. There's so many objects in there. I've been thinking of adopting a cat, but I'm still gonna hold for a while. Here's, if you don't have a pet, one of the reasons why I wouldn't adopt one is if you are never home or if you move around a lot. So one of my struggles now is if I'm to go on vacation, right? It's like I have to figure out who takes care of my cats while I'm not around. I'm just lucky right now that I have housemates and other people that I live with who can take care of my cat. But, say when I'm living with my sister, she's always out and about. And there are times when I'm also not home, so I have to like worry about, oh, who's gonna feed the cats when we're both not there. I don't move around a whole lot, except go out 8 hours a day for work. If you're gonna get a cat, get 2. I promise you, it's gonna make your life easier. It sounds like it's double the work, but it actually halves your work. Because your cat is going to look for you for attention for most of the time. If you only have one. But if you have 2, they won't bother you as much. I promise you that. That's the whole reason why I got a second cat, because I wasn't stressed looking after one cat, but it was like he needed constant attention. But once I got my second cat, it was like, yep, they just play with each other now. Twice the pride, double the fall. I'm trying to understand that. Wait, twice the pride, double the fall. I'm never showing this stream to my friends. They've been trying to convince me to get a cat now. You have your own place now? Grats, Toasty! Does that mean more streams? Does that mean more streams on your side? I remember you had a bit of trouble with streaming because you live with other people. But yeah, I kind of want to convince you to get 2 cats. had my place since January, and as you can see, the answer is no. Oh, but how are you living by yourself now? I hope everything's been well and it's, you know, it's not too hard. Oh, Ural's in here too. Oh, the both of you are here. Okay. Yeah, Ural, go convince Toasty to get a cat. Toasty steam bun. Okay, so Toasty had this, her server icon has been like a steam bun for the longest time. And every time I see it on Discord, I also get really hungry. So I understand where you're coming from. And plus right now it's lunchtime. The thrift store cats. Living with my brother, so it's not bad. He's out a lot. Oh, I see. It is so much more fun being away from parents. What are you planning on eating? I haven't decided yet. I don't think I have leftovers. Hold on. What did I have last night? What did I... Oh yeah, I don't have leftovers. So I might just either buy groceries or order out, or I just have eggs on rice, because that's always easy. Eggs on rice with a bit of sesame oil and a bit of green onions, topped with green onions. Thank you for the gifted Ural, the Toasty Steam Bun. I hope you enjoy your emotes, Toasty. The ads are out of control on this channel. Anti-dandruff shampoo. I never get those. That's so funny. I remember some of you guys being here in chat saying that you guys get out of like the strangest ads, and I'm like, I don't understand what you mean because I only get Uber Eats. My uranium train just flew by me, giving me super radiation, causing me to die in a second. Thanks, Satisfactory. I heard from other people that I would enjoy a game like Satisfactory, but not the graphics. Like, I like the whole management bit. I don't know. I have to sleep early for tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Stixon. Whatever you're doing tomorrow, have fun with it. Yeah, maybe that's why, because we're talking about shampoo. What kind of ads do you guys want to see later? Any ads in specifically that you want to look at? We can start talking about that one topic. DoorDash? I might get DoorDash. Maybe. Cats are great. I love every kind of cat. Me too. Me too. Though there are a lot of cats that I don't get along with as well. There's a lot of cats out there who have a lot more of a personality that doesn't like, you know, like non-friendly personalities. And they're hard to get along with because they're not socialized as kittens. Like a lot of stray cats. Yeah. Anyways, it is time for food. Tempted to get Uber Eats, but then I resisted. You're tempting me. You're tempting me now. The food at home makes the stuff in the coffin and Andy lately look appetizing. Oh god. Alright, it is time to leave. Okie dokie. Most of the ads I see are US commercials, so they don't really even apply to me. That's good. No Uber Eats? That's good. It's beans and toast and sausages. My body can't handle processed meats. I realized that way later in my life. I can't handle any sausages or ham or pepperoni, bologna, salami. Alright. Time to go. I'm gonna raid on Twitch. Let's see who's streaming right now. It's been a while since we raided Inky. Maybe we should raid Inkboy. She's playing Nikkei. I know we have some Nikkei players here in chat. So only on Twitch. Yeah, Nikkei. So say hello to Inkvoice. She's very nice. She's also an artist. I think she only picked up Nikkei recently. Okay. Raid. Start raid. Okay. Well, goodbye guys. I will be back tomorrow morning. With some Gorilla stream. I don't know what I'm streaming yet. But probably Terraria. I will be there. It's not on my schedule, but I will be here. Alright, goodbye everybody. Bye bye, bye bye. Take care. Rest well. See you later.